Hello everyone, good morning and a happy Sunday. How are we all doing? Well, as you can tell, things look a little different here. We're kind of in our new kitchen. You'll see a bit more of it as we go, and at the end we'll do a little video tour of the kitchen and everything. But I hope everyone is doing well today. It's good to see everyone again. It's great to be back in the kitchen and cooking. Today, I just want to do something really fun, yummy, satisfying, and easy to do. It takes a little bit of chopping, but that's about it. So let's not even waste any time. Today, what we're going to make is a chicken and leek pie. So this is breast of chicken or chicken thighs if you prefer, some carrot, some leeks. Leeks are like onions, but a lot milder. Good cross say between a leek and, an onion and garlic in a way, but very, very mild. Some heavy cream, some garlic, puff pastry, which we've used before. If you want, you can add a splash of white wine. That's totally up to you. So let's just show you what we're using. So as I said, we have leeks. I'm sure you've seen them before. They look like huge green onions. But they're not. They're their own vegetable. Of course, we have some chopped up chicken breasts. I've got 3 of them there. I've got some carrot that I just microwaved in the oven a bit just to speed it up because carrot can take a long time. Of course, we've got some good old-fashioned cooking cream. I'm using 35% because I want this kind of thick in the end, and we can never cook without some garlic. So what I'm just going to do is get a little bit of butter going. We're just going to put that there. And you've all seen me do this before. Just give it a little crush. Garlic, the skin comes right off. If you want, take the ends off first. Look. Again. Little whack, and that skin's right off. A little piece sometimes will get left behind. That's alright. And we're just going to give this a quick little mix. If you want to use a garlic press, go ahead. I just don't really care for them because it seems more garlic that's lost in the press than what you use, and they are next to impossible to clean. So we have some chopped garlic. So like I said, we're just waiting. There we go. We're just waiting for that. I'm trying to do something in the background here. We're just waiting on that garlic to cook. Or not the garlic to cook, sorry. We're just waiting on, we'll get all this right. You can tell I haven't done a video in a while. We're just waiting for that butter to melt in the pan here, and then we can all get cooking. I do have my oven preset to 425 degrees. It's the temperature that pretty well any puff pastry is going to ask you to cook at. This is a dish that actually I kind of stole. If you can say you stole a recipe. But a local pub here makes this chicken and leek pie. And it is so good. It's one of my favorite things when I go there. So I sort of asked really nicely and was told no. And then I asked again and again and again, to the point they basically said, if we tell you, will you shut up and stop asking us? So I did. Now, I've changed it a little bit just because people don't want to start messing around with a lot of crazy ingredients. So I've just kept this real simple, but the taste is still there. So we have our fry pan. We have our butter all done. And we're just going to get these carrots in. Good. I'm just cooking on a medium-low heat. when we get our leeks in. And we just want these really to soften down a bit. We're not trying to really get any color, we just want them to break down. And let's get a spoon. This one looks good. So we've got our carrot and that going. We're just going to add some salt because that'll help soften up everything. I don't want to add the garlic too early because garlic does have a tendency to burn. So like I said, we're really just wilting this down, bringing some of the flavors out. You can always add things like this now. We're just going to try and get that on there. Just a little bit of onion powder. I know it was backwards for you, but we'll fix that in future. And we can also get here. This should be it. Just a little pinch. It's more for a little bit of color and a little bit of flavor, but some smoked paprika. It's just going to give it that really, really nice taste. It's going to add a little bit of color to the vegetables. But it's that smokiness that I adore from this. You can already see how the vegetables have started wilting, getting soft. That's what we want. And that paprika and the salt, well, the paprika is lending some color, and the salt, of course, is leaching out some of the moisture, just helping to soften everything up. If we want, we can add some pepper. We will adjust the seasonings at the end. Now that these have softened quite a bit, our chicken goes in. And this, we're just going to quickly let it take some color. Even this doesn't have to be fully cooked because it's going in the oven for a while. But I don't want to start it off with totally raw chicken. That's just gross to everyone's standards. We're just going to let that cook for a little bit. A lot of people ask me, well, while that's cooking, we can go back to me for a bit. There we go. A lot of people ask me, like, when you're cooking, you're sauteing, you see chefs, and they're flipping the stuff in the air, and it's really, really nice. And why don't I do that? Well, there's two reasons. One, I don't want to make a mess. If you're not really, really good and really, really careful, half of what you're cooking is going to end up on the floor for the animals. The other reason is, food doesn't cook in the air. The heat is all in the pan. So tossing it around and stuff, it looks flashy, it looks nice, but you're doing nothing to help cook it. You're better off just stirring it around like I'm doing in here. It's as simple as that. Puff pastry. We've used it before. It's just these sheets that you can buy. When you get it, it should always be frozen. And you take it out a little bit before. Like, I let this thaw in the fridge overnight, and then I just took it out till it comes up to room temperature. before we use it. It normally comes either in pre-done shells, which you've seen me use, one where you have to roll it out so it's a thicker one, or pre-rolled. This is a pre-rolled, so it makes it really easy. What's great with this also is if you have leftovers, get some apple pie filling or some just regular pie filling. Make your own if you want, and make turnovers with the leftover. It's the same pastry that they use for turnovers. So if we switch back to here, we can see our chicken is starting to cook. I'm just moving things around more so that we don't get any stickage. Like I said, if you want to add a bit of white wine to this dish, you could, and now would be a good time to add it because it's going to add a lot of flavor. It's going to cook down, and its tastes are going to get into the chicken and everything, and it's not going to thin your sauce down too much in the end because it will have evaporated. A lot will have evaporated. All the chopping I did before, by the way, took maybe 4 or 5 minutes. So, again, not very long to prepare. We just added that garlic that we want to mix through. Get those little chicken bits. I at least want to cook them so I don't see any pink on the outside. The best way I can think of it. I do want to add, though, a little bit more butter, just because butter tastes really good when you're cooking. And butter and leeks and carrots are just like perfect soulmates for each other. They just go so well all together. So you can see we've got all the juice, a lot of the juice from the leeks and some of the chicken, and that's going to help to season once we add the cream. It's going to help make the sauce. It's going to help hold all this together. Now, if you're trying to be health conscious, use a lighter cream or do a roux like we've done before with flour and butter and just use some milk. Don't go as far as skim milk. And I wouldn't use a yogurt for a cream sauce in this case just because the taste is, that little bit of bitterness is just not going to help anything. So that's cooking away. I'm happy with how the meat is cooked. So now we have our cream. And there I just added, well, this container, whoop, that container, sorry Houston, we've lost that camera. That will reconnect shortly, I'm sure. But those containers hold about 2 cups, and I used about 1.5 cups. So there. Camera is back. There we are. We didn't lose it in the end. So that sauce is going to thicken as it gets hotter. But I don't want it crazy thick. I don't want it to become glue. I just want it to thicken so that it holds things together. The chicken is breaking down really nicely. We're just going to let that cook for a few minutes. While that's going, we're cleaning up. You've got to love the sight as it just boils away. You can see the sauce is thickening up, If we go on the back of the spoon, it leaves a line. Okay, so that little taste there, I'm going to give it another little taste. Okay. Taste of the leeks is really there. Add a little bit more salt and pepper. There we are. Mix that through. Okay. So that cream now is reducing a little bit. I'm just going to add a little bit of parsley for some color. And we'll add a touch of flavor too, not a ton. And this is where you can season it however you like. If you want to put oregano, fine. If you want to put a little bit of thyme, would be really, really nice in this. But I just want to keep it really simple. I want the taste of those leeks to come through. Helps when I put the camera back. I want the taste of those leeks to come through. I want the taste of the chicken, of course. Now, one thing I will add to this like I said, because I did play around with it, is I just have here some grated Parmesan cheese. Now this is not the cheap stuff out of a can, it's real cheese. I just used my food processor and grated it up. This is going to help again to thicken and to season. And well, anyone who knows me knows how I love my cheese in my food. So we have almost just done like an Alfredo. Because don't forget, an Alfredo is just simply warmed up cream and some Parmesan. That's it. So that to me is just about perfect. Just give it one more taste. And that is incredible. The taste on that, everything is there. Everything you needed is right on point. So now we're going to turn the heat off on that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to work our puff pastry. It's already been rolled out, so really we just have to get it on the pan. But because that pan is scorching hot, we want it to cool down a bit first. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take like a 5-minute break. I need more coffee. So during the break, the chicken leek pie is going to cool down. I am going to wake up and have some more coffee. And then we'll come back, we'll put the crust on, we'll bake that off, and we'll all be done. So we will see you all in just a few minutes. Hey everyone, we are back. Well, as promised, I got my coffee. Christine, if you're watching, look familiar. So this is cooled down a bit. It's been about 10-15 minutes. So what you'll see here is once we do that, I'm trying to do it without spilling coffee on my laptop, so we'll move that over. Put the coffee down now, and then we can show you. So this is cooled down. The sauce is nice and thick. It tastes really, really good, that's for sure. So what we now want to do Oops. Sorry about that. We have our puff pastry. There we are. Sorry about that. And we are going to put that over top of our pie and trim it. Now, whoops. What I did was roughly measure the size of my pan, and then I pre-cut it's gonna be stubborn. I pre-cut the dough sheet to the right size, but what I didn't get was all the way through to the plastic. See, this is real cooking. Mistakes happen. There we go. And the reason I want it still on the plastic is it's just easier to move around now. So we're going to pick that up. Now is where we're going to juggle. We're going to take our pan, just still a little hot. And again, Christine, see, we do actually, I did keep them, and we're actually using them. So now we just want to lay this over. There we go. Now we can peel the plastic off. And like I said, it just makes it easier to maneuver when you've got that layer of plastic on. And very gently, I just want to push it down a little bit. I want to make sure it has contact. There we go. And now we're going to trim off the extra. Like I've said before, if you are using a cast iron pan, don't worry about running your knife on it. This will actually help put an edge back on your knife if you've lost it. What we do want to do though is just make a few little steam holes. I'll do one in the middle. There we are. This way any steam that comes out, because we do have a lot of liquid in there, isn't going to make our dough all mushy. And finally, we just have a little egg wash here, just a beaten egg. And this is just going to help give it that nice golden brown. Because this puff pastry is a bit warm, you want to try not to push too hard. But by the same token, we want to make sure everything is covered. Big drops of egg or anything on there. And that is that. What we're now going to do, once I can, there we are. This now is going to go into our preheated oven. It's 425 degrees. It's going to go in there for about 25 minutes till that crust is nice and golden brown. So when that is done, we'll take it out, we'll cut out a piece, and of course we have to try it. So now that that is done, now that it's cooking, I should say, it's not done, it's time for me to go sit down, have that coffee, wait for this to cook, and then it's time to eat. We'll see you all soon. Hey everyone, we're back. It's been 25 minutes, and wait till you see this. I can't wait to dig in. Check this out. Isn't that beautiful? We've got that gorgeous golden crust. A little bit here where the cream from the pie filling came up through one of the vents, but that's fine. It's still going to taste incredible. This is the best part. We've let it cool down just a little bit. That crust is so tender and flaky. Just listen to that. Take out a little piece of our crust to start. Oh yeah. And to maneuver everything here. So we can see filling is tightened up. The leeks and everything are super soft. I'm just going to leave that there for now. Put the camera back. But come on, doesn't that just look so good? And now comes the important part. Not burning ourselves. Absolutely perfect. You've got to give this a try. It's simple, it's easy. You saw how quick it was to make. I cut the vegetables and the chicken beforehand, took a few minutes, quickly browned everything in the pan, topped it with our crust, baked it for 25 minutes, and we have this gorgeous meal. Extremely hot, but gorgeous meal. I really hope you give this a try. I'm going to put this down before I finish it all. I really hope you give this a try. Add that wine if you like. It'll just bring another layer of flavor to the leeks and everything. Everything in there tastes so good. You've really, really got to try this. So, I want more of that now. So, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to our new kitchen. I hope you liked everything. Like I said, I'm going to do a little video just walking around showing everything. You'll see what everything looks like. And then I'm going to go, I'm going to eat. We're going to edit this video and start doing the fun stuff and uploading. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. It's totally free. And you'll see when I come out with other great videos and delicious videos like this. So until next time, my name is Andrew. I am the 5 p.m. chef. And thank you for stopping by my kitchen. Bye for now.